So yeah, I don't know why I always say so yeah at the start of every video. I think I've done it every video. Maybe it's just my thing. Um, yeah. So first of all, I'd like to address. You called the band-aid on my finger. I can't remember. It would have been this one because I was peeling potatoes, not potatoes, carrots. Important information. Anyway, you're probably wondering how I managed to cut myself by peeling carrots. Oh, we have these very sharp carrot peelers, and I'm just a freaking retard when it comes to cooking. Anyway, so yeah, you called it a plaster or a plaster. I was wondering why, like, do you have the word band-aid in England? I don't know. I like to know these things. So yeah, anyway. I'm gonna try and make this a speedy one. I think it's the same row. So yeah, you said you try not to put on like certain things that put forward a certain impression. I think it was anyway. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like I've stopped. Well, I haven't really stopped trying, but I don't know. I've half given up because it's just so hard. like, half the time I don't know what's real and what's not real. I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know what my personality is, and then if I think about what if, like, oh, what am I trying to say? If I think about who I think I am and what I should be putting on if I am that person, then I don't know, it just becomes a massive fucking cycle of trying to be yourself and then you trying to do something and then, I don't know, it's just a massive show. I don't even, it's too much to think about. Like, I'll be sitting a certain way on a bus and I think, okay, this is really fucking uncomfortable, but all the comfortable positions look really retarded. Alright, what are you gonna do? So, in the end, I don't even go to the comfortable position, I just stay in the stupid one which looks, I don't know, more appealing. Alright, but yeah, it's just, maybe you're not meaning in such a social sense, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's too difficult for my socially incapable brain. Yep. Using music. Yeah, you said you were feeling, not really feeling sorry, but you didn't feel that you should just abuse new music and then neglect it. And I can't say I've ever thought of that. I mean, I think of songs as like, I don't know, little miniature pieces of art rather than things which I should neglect, like, which you can neglect. I don't know. I had this thing where I'd like, if there was a song which I thought I was neglecting for a while, I'd like try and listen to that more. Yeah, cause back when I had like, I don't know, 50 songs on my MP3, but now I'm just, yeah. And yeah, you talked about music burning out, which I hated that. There was a few songs that, there was this one song a few years ago, and I fucking loved it for like maybe 2 months, and then within about a week it just died completely, and I just couldn't listen. It was just a song, like nothing special, and I was like, what? How does that even happen? Like, what is going on in your brain that makes that happen? Like, a few days ago you could like, this thing could make you feel so special. Well, not really special, but, you know, good. And then, like, a few days later, it could just not mean anything. But yeah. I try to be careful about it now. Like, if I find a new song that I really like, I don't, like, listen the shit out of it. Anyway, you get what I mean, but, like, I don't just play it on repeat constantly. So, because, yeah, it burns it out. I don't know how it works, but it's just something. But if you try not to listen to it, then you lose it just as quickly. I don't know, you gotta find a balance. Oh, I look so tired. What is wrong? Anyway. 1 o'clock. Again. Why is it always 1 o'clock? So yeah, you gotta find that balance, I think. But some songs you just can't help, like, there's a few songs now, and which I considered to be my favourite song, like, maybe a year ago. Now they're dying, and I can just feel them dying. It's kind of depressing. But, you know, there's always new ones. It's pretty hard to run out of music. I mean, there'll always be songs that you like. Writing. So yeah, yeah, my terrible poetry lyrics. It's weird how I feel like how with showing people my actual writing, like prose stories, but as soon as it comes to like the lyrics and poetry and stuff, it feels so much more personal, and I just don't want to show anyone that. It's like, yeah, lyrics and poetry they seem so much more personal, whereas prose, you've got characters before you've got the person. Like, you can kind of pretend that it's the character's opinion rather than the actual person's, whereas poetry, there's no real barrier. It's just free, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I've had people like randomly go through my notebook thing. No, I had a teacher on a camp. I brought a notebook because brought the notebook because I was writing those lyrics for that song that I was meant to make for you, but never got around to it because I just can't make stuff. Anyway, so he was going through it, and it had various sections, and he's like, "Oh, this is funny, ha ha ha." I was like, "Oh God, don't get to the fucking crappy poetry." But he didn't make it there. He almost did. But yeah, it's just weird how you just don't want anyone to, well, not anyone, it's just a few people that I'd show, but maybe even with you, I feel a little bit hesitant to throw it all out there. So yeah, I guess I'll show you some. I'll collect some bits together. Most controversial opinion. I was thinking about this, and I'm guessing that my most controversial opinion. Oh, among my friends or a friend, most of my friends and me, as a general rule, we agree on most things, like, with exceptions, but the one thing that I've been attacked about is that, I said that I wouldn't mind playing lacrosse, and my friend he wouldn't talk to me after I said that. I don't know why he hates lacrosse so much, but among my friends, that's my most controversial opinion. Anyway, but seriously, most controversial opinion would be with my parents, I hint at, like, they expect me to. They encourage a gap year. They're like, oh, you're going on a gap year because you won't survive in university just as you are fresh out of school. You'll be crushed. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm going on a gap year. And then I was like, oh yeah, maybe my gap year might go for a little bit more than a year. And they're like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, maybe a few years. And they're like, there's no way you'll go to university at the age of 20. You'll be really old. And I'm like, fucking 20? That's not old. like... Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll stay home for a while and get some money and rest stuff to my VCE subjects. And they're like, no, you're going to bloody South America because that's where I want to go to for my first gap year kind of thing. And then you're going straight to uni. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. It's kind of my choice. And they kind of said something along the lines of they'll like not pay for anything if I don't do university after a year of like 1 year gap year, then they just won't pay for university. I'm like, what? That's a bit cruel. But I don't know, because they kind of scared me with that somewhere. I guess I have to do the 1 year, but I don't want to go straight to university after just a year. So yeah, that's my most controversial idea. I don't know. I'll probably end up just going straight to university and it'll suck. Because my idea is once I go to university, I'll be tied down and I won't be able to travel. So I want to do all my traveling before I go to uni. But looks like that's not gonna happen. Yeah, I think that's about 11 minutes. Maybe 12. I gotta think of a question. Let me see. Question. Shit. I can't think of... let me see. If you had 8 posters... Not really. Yeah, I gotta think of a really complex one with different levels and... Fuck. Go for an easy one. If you had to move away from England, or Britain, I should go Britain. Not that I'd think you'd move to Scotland, but if you had to move, no offense to Scotland, but they have shittier weather than England if that's possible. Anyway, one country that you had to live in for the rest of your life, not Britain. You said you were interested in travelling, so... Yeah, actually, I forgot to talk about that. You said that travelling would be the focal point of your life. And that's what I want. Like, I don't even... Like, I consider not even doing uni in Australia, though. It'll probably be kind of... inconvenient. But yeah, my parents don't like that idea, so... Anyway. One country, for the rest of your life, isn't Britain. What would it be? And it can't be Australia either, because you'd regret that choice instantly. Not instantly, probably not instantly. But anyway, you'd regret it. So yeah. Goodbye and stuff. I hope I have enough space. Yeah, farewell stuff. Toodles.